to Naljana Ray. Please come forward. The Excellence in Service to Students is awarded to Stephanie Kettler. Please come forward.
2 weeks ago, our school released Candace O'Connor's book. It's titled What We Believe. It covers 100 years of history of our school, of social work, and the social history of our time, including St. Louis. We have a running gag in the dean's office these days about what the title of the book that might come 100 years from now would be. Especially after the year we've had, and the leading candidate is, what were they thinking? The title of our book is drawn from a speech in 1952 by Benjamin Youngall, the legendary dean of our school. It's a remarkable speech. I will spare you his 22 pages worth, but it reflects the political environment of its time. Communism and McCarthyism, the rise of fascism abroad, the controversies in social work itself, his passion for evidence, his views about the role of government and public assistance and so forth. But most important for today was his emphasis on a set of values: freedom, respect for persons and groups, and a profound concern for what he called the last, the least, and the lost. He held a fundamental belief in the goodness of social work as a profession. To quote, he says, "Our philosophy and approach in social work is essentially an optimistic one. We think it is worth doing something in given situations. We believe that progress can be made toward our goals by the intelligent application of knowledge. We're a dynamic profession, refusing to accept the cynicism or pessimism of our contemporaries." And if you think of that speech, also think of Fred's talk today and the amazing parallels of attitude there. We're in a particularly dynamic time in this profession, in this country, and in the world. Nationally, whatever happens in this election, you will be going out into a profoundly new environment. Frank Rich, in his essay in the New York Times this weekend, zeroed in on an idea that's been circulating among some of the pundits and certainly the social scientists. He says 2008 is far more complex and exhilarating than the old templates would have us believe. Of course we're in pain. More voters think the country is on the wrong track, 81%, than in any time in the history of polling on that question. And yet there's a heartening undertow. We know the page will turn. The repressed sliver of joy beneath this national gloom can be seen in the record registrations of new voters and the over-the-top turnout in the Democratic primaries. I believe you will be going out into this new world. The challenges are enormous for us to turn around, but you will be a vanguard. Internationally, I think the same moment is at hand. During your time here as students, there's been a leap in the awareness of what has now come to be known as the bottom billion. The challenges and limits of development have been well documented. And as we're seeing in Myanmar and Sichuan this week, it's been so dramatically demonstrated, the underlying conditions and setbacks of disaster and war can be just devastating. But under the surface, there are dynamics and successes that should give you optimism. During your time here, 124 countries have had economic growth rates over 5%, 30 of them in Africa.